Hello YouTube, good morning. I'm Yasmin, I'm host for Talk and Talk. Talk and Talk is a platform where we practice languages, and the mainly objective is practicing our talking and confidence by a fully conversation in the language that we are practicing for. And yeah, usually have some subject and some questions to guide us. Today we'll talk about creatures of the night, folklore, fear, and modern myths. And yeah, usually start presenting ourselves to know each other a little, warm up a little too. So, a little about me. I live at São Paulo. I've been here in the platform since 2023. And in my free time, I like to read books, watch series. Nowadays, I'm watching Welcome to Derry. And yeah, that's it about me. Katiana, could you present yourself, please?
Sure. Hello, morning. My name is Katiana. I'm 42 years old. I live in Vitória, Espírito Santo. I'm an engineer. I work on the oil and gas sector in the ESG area with new projects. I'm married. I have a daughter. My daughter is almost complete 9 years. I love running. I love swimming. I forgot the time who I stay here on Talk and Talk, but it's a long time. I return to the immersions during the week because I need to improve my skills in English. It is very important in my job now. And I think it's these little things about me.
Yeah, I think maybe the same is next to my time here because I remember of you at my beginning. So I think there is a long time too.
It's a long time.
Yeah, thank you, Katiana. Leanderson?
Hey, good morning, everybody. My name is Lee Anderson. I'm 35 years old. I live in Barueri, São Paulo. It's the west side of São Paulo city. I live with my family here. I have two children. My currently hobby is cycling, and I work with technology. I am a cloud infrastructure analyst, and I use AWS and Python to make things work correctly. Uh, I'm in Talk Science 2024, and well, that's it. Thank you for hearing.
Thank you for coming again, Leanderson. Lucas?
I'm here. I'm Lucas Moreira. I am 31 years old and I'm from Salvador, Bahia. I'm a newbie here in TalkNTalk. I started 3 weeks ago, I think. And I'm a software engineer, so I need to practice my English that I tried to learn maybe 10 years ago, but I never tried to something like this. I mentioned to practice many conversation, just only to be verbs and traditional exercise that it was very boring. And actually, I don't have many free time because I have a son that he's 4 years old, and my free time is filled about with him. But it's not a bad. It's not bad because it's funny too. That's all.
Thank you for sure. You said about the traditional exercises, and yeah, are really boring. Nowadays, I'm studying grammar with a book that have some exercises, but yeah. In the past, I didn't understand nothing because it was really boring, and always lose my focus and constance in that, fortunately. Thank you, Lucas. And the last but not the least, Luis.
Good morning, guys. My name is Luis. I live in the most beautiful city in the world called Campo Grande, Mato Grosso do Sul. I'm a data professional, and I'm here talking talk since August last year, I think. And in my spare time, I love outside activities like fishing, camping, and motorcycle ridings. And I like to watch bad movies and bad music. Is this about me?
Thank you for come and welcome again to the platform. So starting with Luis, our first question: how do these old myths like the vampire and werewolf still influence stories and movies today?
Well, I do believe that old myths and the old stories influence the nowadays movies and stories and this kind of things because they are great stories, because they are universal stories, and every culture can learn about myths. Like the vampire, the search for eternal life. I think this in the youth and this kind of things. And I believe it's this because a good story never ends. You have a lot of layers of adaptation in the every culture can appropriate and tell your own version. But I do believe in this. Good stories never last.
Yeah, it's very common to find a lot of different adaptations of vampires and werewolf, mainly. Yeah, but there are some adaptations that I don't know, doesn't make so much sense. Thank you, Luis. Leanderson, and for you, what's your opinion?
Well, I think it was through these maths that films emerged. But I consider the possibility that stories aren't just maths. Yeah, I consider that possibility. Uh, for example, people who claim to have been abducted, I don't believe in aliens, but I believe in people. So, well, uh, yeah, that's my opinion.
Yeah, it's like the myths are a way to talk about something that's happening. I know that are some religions that use the myths to explain um, the natural things that happen. So the seasons of the year, for example, there are a lot of old religions that explain with myths. And yeah. Lucas, and for you.
I agree with Luis that I think the old myths don't influence the movies today. And I disagree with Leandro because I think that extraterrestrials exist, but not that we hear about him. That's they stay in Virginia or else, but it's only because the universe is too big that can be life in another galaxy. So I think it's possible. And but I think this I am go out from the folks, but it's only a comment. Uh, but is is that I don't know what tell more about this question.
Yeah, no problem to go out of the questions. It's just a guide for us. And yeah, I don't know, it is really strange about the fact of we be the only life in all of universe because it's really big. How does How is possible to just exist here in the earth, so yeah. And I don't know, United States made a lot of research that is hidden. I don't know. They
It, it's
could know
it's a
something, but don't share.
it's a good subject to another emission, the life outside of Earth planets.
I will bring this. Yeah. Thank you, Lucas. Katiana, and for you.
I agree with the other guys. I think, for example, I don't imagine live alone in this universe. The universe it's bigger, but about werewolf, werewolf is the first time where I saw this werewolf and myths. I think it's about culture. Uh, uh, I totally agree when the guy said about it's about for me it's about culture. It's part of the culture. When do we think about Transylvania and other things? It's part of the culture of that country. And sometimes the we saw this part of this culture in the movies, but for me, sorry guys, it's the first time where I spoke about this 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 subject. It's totally new for me.
Yeah, it's the first time that I talked about that too. But yeah, there are some cultural parts of the world that people keep these myths. If we search about people that saw werewolves, for example, normally are people from countryside. And yeah, maybe they could have seen, I don't know, some big animal, uh, not a werewolf. So yeah, it's I think it's a cultural thing too, to take the way to talk is a werewolf or something like that. And yeah, there are some uh, cultures that take this image to talk about a specific thing too, not exactly a vampire or a really werewolf. So yeah, I think it's very cultural. So, uh, Katiana, which creature, vampire or werewolf, do you think has the scarier origin story and why?
I remember I love the series about travel, and I remember about the vampire and the country who is this history it's born. And I think it's the vampire in I think it's more scary because probably the guy it's a bad guy in that time, and it's a origin for this history. I think it's the vampire.
Yeah, I don't know. The werewolves just transform in some specific days, and the vampires are vampires all of the time. So yeah, and they are really deep. They sleep in a coffin too. So yeah, strange. Lucas, and for you, which creature do you think has the scarier origin story?
Let me see. Firstly, I like to divide the vampire into categories. One is the like the Twilight saga. You know the in Portuguese the Crepúsculo. That some people see these vampires like little good guys. But I don't remember now a scared film or a scared movie about vampire. So I don't know what is more scary. I think both there your fear. So I remember when I was a kid, I have fear about the war werewolf. So because I think that it was true. So in the big moon, lua cheia, I remember that I have fear to see around the window at the night because if I hear a dog uh, uivando, I don't know how to say. I think that was a werewolf. So vampire, I was a type of myth that I don't know. I think when I was a kid, I don't believe in vampire, but in werewolf was most probable that for my in when I a kid, I believe it that was more probable that will exist werewolf. Don't know. Okay.
Yeah, I was the same. I remember the history that is make my fear from werewolves start, and was one history for Luan Santana. He was saying that he saw a werewolf when he was in the countryside. And yeah, I was a kid and I listened that, and then I was really afraid. And then every uh dog that was let me see here because I don't know how to say that. Howling, yeah. Every dog that was howling, or every wind that was more noisy, I started to be afraid. And yeah. So, Luis, and for you.
Headless.
Well, between werewolf and vampire, I do believe that vampire is more scared because can you imagine the hell of life is live forever? Because the hell of life, because you will lose all your loved ones. You will need to kill a lot of people to survive. And for me, it's a nightmare. Think about that. Imagine you live in a world like nowadays. It's a hell, you know. So a lot of smartphones and WhatsApp and corporative culture, you know. So I think vampire is a double trouble because you are uh, haunted forever, you know, something like that.
Yeah, I remember of Supernatural series, and there are some characters that just live to hunt vampires. So yeah, could be really
Yeah,
bad to be a
yes,
vampire.
yes. If you think now, history cinema of vampire movies since Nosferatu from the 90s, 20s, I think, until Bram Stoker Dracula, the worst thing was Live Forever, you know, and everyone has one love, and this love die, so it's a very sad situation.
Yeah, and normally in movies or series, the werewolves aren't so hunted like vampires because I don't know, they try to prison these people uh, when they are next to some transformation, but vampires are a lot of time vampires. So yeah, is a deep origin of that. So I think the last is Leanderson, right?
Yeah, that's right. Oh, I think werewolves are scarier. The Bible says about a king called Nabucodonosor, and he became a beast that I interpret as something very similar to a werewolf. And it's scary. It's scary because it was a curse. And my grandfather said he saw something that looked like a werewolf when he was young. And I think something similar must exist. I don't have proof. I've never seen it, but I believe my grandfather.
Yeah, when I listen these stories, I prefer to believe than see too. Yeah. So I will go to the question 7. I think is interesting, and I want to know your opinion about that. So, Anderson, in modern movies, vampires and werewolves are often handsome or heroic. Do you like this change, or do you prefer them to be terrifying?
It's the question number 7,
That
right?
Yeah.
Well, there is a movie that I like it. I like it very much. Is Van Helsing. Here is a werewolf, and he's a hero. It's a scary movie in general mode, but I like that change. But I like because he's a hero, but the movies he's still like a terrible werewolf. It's different, which is different to movies like Crepúsculo, for example. Oh, so the vampires are shiny and the werewolf are good guys, and well, it's not so scary. So I don't like Crepúsculo, but I like Van Helsing. So I guess the fact to be scary, it's part of this myth, and in my opinion, that's the best way to make a movie or to tell a story about that characters, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think when they're shown as really, I don't know, handsome or as heroes, is strange. Like Twilight, like you say. I don't know. The vampires just have glitter in the body when they are in the sunlight. So yeah, it's strange. And I think the best is when they are terrifying characters. Lucas, and for you, what's your opinion?
uh, I I generally I don't like the film that get a monster and put in a place that will be the good guy, the heroic. But Leanderson talked about Van Helsing and and I remember was is good in my when I as a kid. I have a game in my video game that the name was Van Helsing. I liked it. Was wonderful. One of the best memory that I rescue it from my deep of my memories now. Uh, but about the question is this: I don't like if you put many romantic about the monster. But if you put many horror, maybe the move will be a genre of horror. That was a genre that I don't like today. In the past, when I was a teenager, I liked it to watch movie horror. Today, I don't like because I feel some fear at night, because when I was a adult, I because more fear guy, and I don't know, I don't like too more about a horror film. So in conclusion, I think that we can found a middle term, that the monster will not be the horrifying thing, but was not a good guy. It's like we named it anti-herói. You know, like the guy that good something, but not political correct. I don't know. That's all.
Yeah, I think the middle term is better than the terrifying ones, and the hero ones too. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes um, there was a series that I watched that has a werewolf transformation, and that don't cause me fear, but until nowadays I remember of this scene because, yeah, was really different of everything that someone made in films. I will search here if you were curious, but yeah, I think this could cause, I don't know, some fear sometimes. And yeah, the middle term could be better. Katiana, and for you.
It's not a kind of movie who I choose for see, but uh, if it's possible, I prefer when the movie with vampire it's terrifying because I think it's connect with the history about the vampires. Uh, I remember when I saw one. I don't remember episode in English, but one episode of the Vampire Diaries. It's a movie. It's a series with vampires and werewolves and other things. And also everything. It's everyone is so beautiful. And I said, no, it's crazy. The history is so crazy. And if it's possible, I choose. It's not my first thing for so, but I choose the movie with a terrifying history about vampires.
Yeah. There are some histories that keep us thinking a lot after to watch or to listen, something like that. Luis, and for you.
Well, guys, about the question number 7, what I think when you have a character in a movie who is very handsome, very beautiful, you create a contrast between his acts, you know, a very beautiful people making bad things. So this creates a tension for the movie and this kind of thing. So I think this approach is very acceptable for for the newer movies. If you think in the 90s when we had that movie with Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise, I forgot the name. I can't remember for Bryce Stoker of something like that. And I like this because if you think about the beauty standards today, it's a nightmare. Because everyone who wants to be beautiful today needs to make a lot of transformations, a lot of blood, and it's kind of things. No, so I think it's a nightmare as well because beauty uh, sometimes is not a good thing, you know. So because what matters is your heart and your actions, I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I think this lose a little about the purpose of these characters. Let me see here. Mm, let me see. The number 11, I think is interesting. Louis, do you think scary stories are good for children? Why or why not?
I think it's not good for children because you need to know how to tell for children because uh, if you tell a story like The Exorcist for a child, this can create a trauma for a child. And you know that when we hurt our inner child, in the future you will have problems. We can avoid to show very hardcore horror stories for children, I think, because the stories are very powerful to our imaginary, and how we interpret the world. So I do believe that we need to avoid to tell scary stories for children.
Yeah, this can affect all of the life. I thought about me because when I was a kid, I saw some scenes of Annabelle is an old movie. If we compare the time that this was released, and I don't know if it was Annabelle or Chuck, but until nowadays, I have fear of all of kind of dolls. Yeah, I don't know what's happened, but this affected me until nowadays.
No meu tempo, era a boneca in my time, it was a Xuxa dolls, So it was a very scary as well.
Yeah, there's the Fofão doll too that has a
Yeah.
knife inside it. So a hidden fear. Yeah.
I want to share my fear of when I was a kid. I remember that I watched some video about urban lendas urbanas in Silvio Santos television, and I think was that lá, was there. She talked and played a video about a headless mula sem cabeça. Uh, s- was my trauma in the when I as a kid. So because it's a animal that we can see at the night. So when I as a kid I lived in a rural area. So was the animal that we can see at night. So if this animal was I don't know was partially hidden in the forest in the trees, so you can imagine it was a headless mule, so was terrible, but uh uh but happiness. I don't see this real redless movie until today. I don't know in the future.
Yeah, the Silvio Santos program had a lot of pranks. I remember that there was a part of the program that had just pranks and that have this ghost of elevator girl that is scary people, the doll that move by itself too. So when I saw that as a kid, yeah, I get some trauma related to it. But Lucas, you have a son, so do you think you will tell or let him know some scary story?
Uh, but it, terror is a genre that I don't like it. So maybe if I don't share with him about this, it's only because I don't like it. But I think it's natural. Oh, he consumed these contents with friends, with colleagues, studying about myth in the school. Maybe the school will present like folklore or myths, something more presentable. But the behind the class, the friends, the colleagues can talk about urban lands, know. So I think it's part of the life to consume uh, this content. I think because it is culture. I can't hide this about his life. So.
Yeah, makes sense because I remember to study about the folklore in my school in a presentable way, like you say. Uh, Thank you, Lucas. Leanderson, and for you.
In my opinion, it's not a good idea for children. And I can tell my example about that, because many years ago there was a math here in Brazil. I remember the programa do Ratinho Show, Ratinho Show, telling the story of Chupacabra. And I was a child when I saw this story, and I was really afraid to go out at night for a while. But the second example I can share about that was that 1 year ago, my daughter saw a tribute to Halloween in the movie I Sing, and it was the song Thriller by Michael Jackson. And I explained the origin of that song was I I explained for her, and we decided to watch the original video with the zombies and etc. Even though I warned her it was scary, he insisted to watch it, and inevitably she started to cry at the part of the video where the zombies start to appear in the cemetery. So uh, for now she watched the clip recently, and she's is a friend no more, but was a bad impact, and thinks about scary histories and about Halloween in general mode. In my opinion, it's not good for children.
I remember this clip for Michael Jackson. Uh, I remember at my childhood that was this DVD that you can listen the song and see the video clip. And my family had the DVD for Michael Jackson's songs. And then when I listen the beginning of the Thriller song, I just go away because once that I watched that, I cried a lot like a daughter. Yeah, I don't know. Nowadays I saw it and it's really, I don't know, really soft if we compare with some movies that we had too. But at the time, yeah, I cried a lot. Yeah, there are a lot of scary programs in the past. I remember of urban legends that I think passed through um, Google program, and yeah, nowadays I saw it and I laugh because some of them are really funny, but I remember in the past I was really afraid of it. Katiana, and for you, what's your opinion?
Sorry, it's what the question?
is the number 11.
11. I think it's not good for the kids. If I have a door, if I saw one scary thing with my door, oh, the night it's so bad because wake up every time and cry. And I think this kind of movie it's not for the kids, it's not for the children, and it's not. I think it's not good.
Yeah, I remembered when I was afraid at my childhood, sometimes my mother had to pass all of the week sleeping with me. And if I didn't feel her body next to me, I started to, I don't know, scream and ask for her. Yeah, I was a really afraid kid. Yeah, but I think is normal, but for children, I don't know, could be really harmful and could be bring some traumas too. Yeah, I don't know. So I'm bringing back the people from another room. Just 1 second while they come back. Okay. Welcome back, guys, for the another room. Fernando, how was the conversation for you? And this second question for you: which creature do you think has the scarier origins history?
Oh, for me, it was great because the people who is awesome, but I don't have a lot of vocabulary or ideas about this topic, But if I think about the question number two, I think it's the both history. It's a little bit scared, but in the past, but nowadays it's different. This history is changed a little bit. But in the past, I think it was interesting and scary.
Yeah, so nice. I've never talked about this before, so it was hard for me too. Priscilla, and for you, how was the conversation? In the question number 7, in modern movies, vampires and werewolves are often handsome or heroic. Do you think this change? Do you like this change, or do you prefer them to be terrifying?
In my case, it is good conversation. It is interesting. It is different subject. In my case, for example, I don't like vampire. I don't watch video, but I learned the new words, new vision. It is interesting. About number 7, I prefer. I said about conversation. I prefer. I don't like special modern movies. I prefer original movies. I don't like it change. I prefer special original. For example, Dracula. For me, in this moment, it is bad change. It is very romantic. I don't like.
Yeah, I agree with you. Thank you. Bruno, how was the conversation for you? And the number 9, if you were an historian, which myth mentioned in the video, vampire or werewolf, would you research?
Okay, the conversation was good. We could talk a lot about this subject. I don't know. I believe I could research about vampire. I believe vampire is more interesting than werewolf. I don't know why. It's my opinion, but how I said in our conversation before, I believe vampire is more cool because they have immortality, like they can be immortal. They have many powers, and I believe these things it's more interest to me. And basically, I could research about vampire.
So nice. Thank you for sharing. And Ricardo, for you, do you think scary stories are good for children? Why or why not? And how was the conversation in the another room?
That's weird, because kids and teenagers, normally that's the public that watch more this kind of videos. I don't know. Sometimes I don't consider relevant for kids, and a lot of them became terrified, don't sleep well, or this kind of thing. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes this kind of situation, I believe that let the kids and teenagers more curious regarding this kind of movies, and a lot of them watch it. The first time that's okay, but after that, these kind of persons continue watching. So I don't consider good, but yeah, each person have this kind of free will, and yeah, if you like, go ahead. But I hate, or I watch a lot of them, but I consider not good. I believe I prefer another genres. That's it.
Thank you for sharing, Ricardo. And okay, see you, Katiana. So thank you all for coming today, guys. That was really interesting for me. I've never talked about that before, like I said. So I sent the survey link for you. Like you already know, is anonymous, and there you can share about any suggestion for improve our conversation or suggestion for new subjects. You can feel free. It's anonymous. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you for coming today. I hope to see you soon. And next week we will talk about, let me see here, the power of positive discipline. Maybe it could be a kind of polemic too. I never talk about that in the platform too, so will be new to meet you. And yeah, thank you for today, guys, and have a nice week. See you.
Thank you. See you. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.